See what nonsense is in store for today.
Okay. Thanks, Karine. So, what do you call it here at the White House when 10,000 people illegally cross the border in a single day?
So what do you call it, Peter, when GOP puts forth a wait, no, you can't.
Karine?
I'm answering, okay, we're going to move
You're
on.
answering
No,
a
no, no.
question?
Nobody understand the words that are coming out of your mouth, man.
No, we're moving on.
Karine,
Moving.
please.
In the back.
You said you were
Go
stopping
ahead,
the
in
flow
back.
at the border.
No,
10,000
I tried to
migrants.
answer, Peter, I
Okay.
tried to answer the question, you stopped me. Let's go. Go ahead.
So there was footage yesterday of Border Patrol cutting some of the razor wire that Texas had installed. Governor Abbott has vowed to reinstall it. They have his border czar has pictures of people taking fresh razor wire out to the border to reinstall it. Is there now a federal policy of removing the barriers that Texas is installing?
So here's what I'll say. I would have to look into that. I did see those reports yesterday, but as it relates to Governor Abbott, we know what he has done these past couple of years while this president has been in office. He's turned this, when it comes to the border, he's turned this into a political stunt, and that's what he's done over and over again. That's what I can speak to. I did see those reports. I would have to go back and get a sense from the team.
Now I feel better.
And give you an answer on that.
There is an enormous amount of concern. The mayor of Eagle Pass tells us at least 5,000 people crossed probably yesterday or in the last 2 days, maybe a lot more. I mean, you've already talked a little bit, but
yeah.
What resources specific to this surge are being
Well, I just laid out 3 additional announcements that we did to deal with the border that we announced yesterday. We announced the TPS Venezuela announcement as well yesterday, and so this is a president again that has taken action without the help of Republicans in Congress. He has taken action over and over again to deal with this issue. But let's not forget, and you know this very well, having as you're covering that region, that this is an issue that's been around for decades. This is a broken immigration system. This is why the president on his first day put forth a comprehensive piece of legislation to try to deal with this immigration system. We put CBP, 25,000 CBP agents out there. We tried to make sure that we deal with the smuggling that's happening. We've tried to make sure that we continue to deal with this in a humane, orderly way, and that's what we're going to continue to promise to do. Again, we just announced 3 more additional enforcement pathways or ways to move forward on this, and so the president's going to continue to do what he can from this administration.
Thanks, Karine. I want to stay actually with the border. How many people coming into this country illegally is enough for President Biden then?
Say that last part?
How many people illegally coming into the United States is enough for President Biden's administration?
Enough for what?
5.9 million people have been encountered illegally.
I know the numbers, but enough for what?
Enough just to stop the flow.
As I mentioned, this is a problem that's been around for some time now, for decades, a broken system. The president has done everything and is going to continue to do what he can, without the help of some Republicans in Congress, to deal with this issue. And I just laid out what he has done over the past 2 years, right? 24,000 CBP agents and officers along the southwest border. This is a historic number, more than any other president has been able to do. And that's 2,600 additional civilian personnel. Those are going to be helpful in dealing with the issue. Increase border holding capacity by 3,750 to 22,700. And so we're trying to deal with the smuggling issues that we're seeing as well on the border. So the president's going to continue to do the work. He made some announcement as well yesterday, as I just mentioned. And so look, we're going to continue to implement a strategy that is humane, that is safe, and that is orderly as it relates to enforcement. And so that is a promise that you can see from this president. Again, GOP, the Republicans, put out a continuing resolution that actually reverses the work that the president is trying to do, makes the situation worse. That's what they were trying to push. And so, look, we would love to do it in a bipartisan way and really fix this issue that's been around for some time now. But right now, the president is doing it on his own.
Thanks, Karine. Will we see the president try and get directly involved in trying to avert this possible government shutdown? And will he be speaking with Speaker McCarthy? And if so, what's his message?
So look, the president talks often to members of Congress. That is something that he does pretty regularly. That is, and something that he will continue to do. I don't have any conversations to lay out, but I said this moments ago, right? Which is the president and the speaker came to a deal in May. This is not for us to fix. This is for House Republicans to fix, the extreme House Republicans. This is on them. There is a deal. A deal is a deal that they voted on in a bipartisan way. It is up to them to fix this. The message is very clear. What he says in private is certainly what he says in private is the same as what he says publicly, which is there is no reason for Republicans to shut down the government. House Republicans should stop their partisan games and keep their promises and also do their jobs. That's the message that the president is sending.
Given everything you've laid out, why is there so much confidence from Jake Sullivan and other members of the Biden administration that this additional funding to Ukraine will get approved?
Well, look, I mean, you've heard us say this before. We truly appreciate the strong bipartisan support that we have seen over the past several months for Ukraine. And it's not just us. It came from our allies and our partners, right? Which has been able to give the Ukrainian people the opportunity to fight and be successful in the battlefield.
Come on, man!
And so it is important. We think it's incredibly important that we continue to give them the support that they need. You heard from the president in the halls of the UN at UNGA just a day or two ago, speaking about the stakes, the importance of making sure that we continue to help the Ukrainians as they fight for their democracy. That hasn't changed. The stakes are still very high. It's important to continue that support. We've made that very clear. Again, you heard directly from the president on just a day or so ago. And so we're going to continue to make that very clear. And so, look, there was strong bipartisan support. Jake actually laid out some of his conversation and the feedback that he was getting when he was on the Hill. And so we're going to continue to be optimistic about this because it is incredibly important. We're talking about democracy here. Hold on, I'm calling.
Wait, what?
Good, Gabe. Welcome to the briefing room.
Good to be here, Karine. Thanks so much. I want to go back to immigration. In addition to Eco Pass, El Paso is also seeing a new influx as well. I understand your comments about being a broken immigration system, but the administration also took credit following the end of Title 42 for the drop in border crossing numbers. Is it now taking responsibility for the rise in numbers?
So, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Gabe. I'm so sorry. Finish your.
Yeah, and then secondly, you mentioned those 800 new troops that are going down to the border. Do you think that'll be enough?
Look, it's on top of what we have done already in the past 2 years under this administration. Look, every year, as you know, Gabe, I know you follow this very closely, U.S. sees ebbs and flows of migrants arriving fueled by seasonal trends, as you know, and efforts of smugglers to encourage migration. That is something that we see over and over again. And so certainly that plays into this. And so, I understand your question, but here's the thing. As you know, the president has taken action upon action to try and deal what is happening at the border. Historic action without the help of Congress. And so we have asked over and over again to do this in a bipartisan way, which is why the president, his first piece of legislation was to deal with the immigration system. And understanding how critical it was to do that. And so we have taken actions. We have taken multiple actions. But again, this happens. It ebbs and flows. That's what we see at the border for different trends, for different reasons. And so we think three important enforcement announcement yesterday. It's on top of what we've been able to do. And, and then you see it for yourself, what Congress has tried to do.